Hi, so I usually do videos around university because I'm in university, but today I wanted to do a video for you guys who are doing A-levels with some tips for studying at A-level. Just for an introduction, I did my A-levels in 2017 to 2019. I did the new form of A-levels where you do all your exams at the end, which is what I assume most of you guys are doing, or you might be doing some sort of pandemic version, but these study tips are really useful no matter what. And I tried to remember exactly what I did in my A-levels just quickly, so I hope this is all right, but if not, the information is still good. I did English Literature at Excel, Frankenstein and Handmaid's Tale, A Streetcar Named Desire, Modern Poetry, The Wife of Bath and Othello. I did Sociology AQA with Education, Criminology, the Media, the Family, Research Methods and Theory. Then I did History at Excel, USSR, Mals, China, British Empire, and then I did an extended project qualification, which if I refer to it, it'll be EPQ in this video, and that was on New Age spirituality and women in religion. And in the end, I got A star Sociology, A History, A EPQ, and B English Literature. So my favourite subject and the subject I went into, and I would say the subject where most of my expertise is sociology. So if you want a particular video on that, I definitely want to make one. If you have any questions, leave them down below. A lot of these study tips are what I use for sociology, but I also use them in my other subjects. And yeah, let's get into the tips. So firstly, the thing that definitely got me my A star in sociology was making posters. I made a poster for every unit in the syllabus. I had them not necessarily color-coded, but colourful and eye-catching. I had them stuck on my walls. I had all the information condensed, and I think condensing the information, combining all my sources and putting it into my own words was actually the thing that made it stick in my mind. But yeah, I cannot recommend this highly enough. Obviously do the posters in whatever way suits you, but just having that as a learning material is so useful. My sociology teacher actually kept my posters and uses them as a learning resource now. Yeah, if you can make good ones, they are incredibly useful. The second thing is to make sure you have a planner or diary of some kind. This is where you can put to-do lists, homework, deadlines, exam dates, holiday dates, study plans, etc, etc. In university, I use a bullet journal, which would also be really great for A-levels. I just didn't know about it then, and there were some great videos on bullet journaling for students. When I was in sixth form, however, I used a Moleskine planner, which was really good, so any pre-made planner or personally done planner would be good. You should always be writing notes when you are in class or annotating. This just means you are in active listening, active learning, which is always more effective than passively sitting there. As much as we like to think we can just sit and listen to a lecture from our teacher, you will never take in the information as well as you will if you are actively writing something down. Obviously this depends on your learning style, but I find for most people, all the people who wrote notes tended to get better grades in my experience. Then if you do not know Quizlet, you need to use it. Not only are there quizzes on there from other students, if you are searching your certain units, there might already be pre-made ones, but making quizzes, condensing information, all the mini games and the quizzing and testing they do on there is absolutely priceless. It is so amazing. Do check Quizlet out. I cannot recommend it enough. And not only did I use Quizlet for remembering quotes for English literature, remembering theories and stats for sociology, I also used it when I used to learn Japanese, so it is really good for a variety of subjects. So these next couple tips are building on posters. So firstly, something you can do with your posters is have them next to your mirror or in your bathroom while you're brushing your teeth. Just every night as you're going to bed, if you're brushing your teeth, just reading through them, it will stick in your brain a bit more. This also works for next to your vanity or mirror while you're getting ready in the morning. Or I didn't do this, but you can laminate them and put them in your shower. If you need something to do while you're washing your hair, just read through your notes. The other thing is to quiz other people and have them quiz you. This imitates a test environment, and it also gets you into the mindset of like marking, which I will talk about later. It also helps you know the answers, respond quickly, and get them at the front of your mind. My next tip is to take as many past papers and exams as possible, but don't just do the past papers with all your notes. Do them timed and under exam conditions, because one, you might be able to do them quickly but with your notes, and two, you might do it do really, really well without notes, but you take way longer. So if you're already in the mindset of an exam environment, you won't be shocked when you get there and you'll know exactly what to do, and it'll be so much easier when you open your paper. So before your exams, a little bit later from where you are now, if you're watching this in September, start studying really early. And I don't mean a year in advance, but for my summer exams, I started my revision from my first year in January, and then by the time I got to summer exams, I finished the revision for the entire 2-year period. Another thing that you should 100% do is print off the specification for all your subjects, and then you can see exactly what the examiners want and you can tick off every bullet point once you have revised it. Another tip is don't cram. There's honestly no point. If you have done the revision beforehand, there is no point in cramming. You will just stress yourself out, and also it won't stick in your head. There is no point putting fresh information in your head the night before the exam. Just stick to what you know and revising that, and don't stress yourself out in the hour or night before the exam. I might briefly quiz myself or go through my poster or flashcards, but I wouldn't be in the textbook or learning anything new right before my exam. And my last final tip, and my best tip, so if you've stayed this long, you're definitely getting some good information, and that tip is to learn how to mark papers. If you can mark, you know exactly what the examiners are looking for. I personally used to offer to mark other people's papers in my class because I could mark them at different times or quicker times than my teachers, and that's just because I didn't have as much work as them. I'm not dissing my teachers were amazing. But if you can mark, you know exactly what to write and how to tick all the points because you know what those points are. If anything, A-level exams are more about technique than knowledge, and you'd need both, don't get me wrong, but you can get away with less knowledge if you have good technique. But even if you have good knowledge, you need the good technique to get the grades. Sorry, I'm totally losing my voice by the end of this video. I've been pre-filming. Also, if you are doing A-levels, I have a bunch of university content if you want to see what that is like. If you did like any of these tips, or if you have any other questions, please do like this video and leave a comment down below, and please do subscribe because I would love to see more of you, and I hope to see you next time.